Welcome to Fishy Face TCG. It's a little bit of the fish tank going on, and a little bit of PSA returns from here to there. Gonna open these bad guys up and see what we got. I took advantage of the special they had. It was basically, if you remember, it was $12 to get a card that was $150 or less in value, graded. So I tried to take this out like such, so don't reveal. I got these done mainly as protection, not really to flip or anything. So it's certainly going to be interesting to see, because they're not, very valuable flippable cards. You at least will see a little bit more of a variety than some other videos, PSA box. It took about, I sent these out April 15th, and I got them back about last week. So, not too long at all. Originally, they said I was going to get them back in mid-July, and right now this video is being made May 26th. So, here we go. That's what they look like. So, I will reveal them and let's see what we got. I guess let's do this. Ooh, let's make my brightness higher. There we go. So this is a reverse species Delta Snorlax. I like the stamp on that. So let's see what we got. And this is a 7. Pretty decent. I have quite the glare going on. I think that's a little bit better. Let me see what else I can do. Let's see if that's better. So, I understand it was pretty nicked up, and I actually cleaned all these cards as well. But I am really just going for protecting these cards. I have 120 cards that I plan on sending, and this was just 35 cards taking advantage at that special price discount. So next one up, we have a Crobat. This camera's really bad, I'm sorry. This video is terrible. So, 8. The Delta species Crobat. Like I said, some of these cards aren't really, the best quality and such, or the highest sought after cards, but this is also my very first submission, so I'm just kind of testing it out. You can tell this is my very first YouTube video because I can't deal with this glare. I'm gonna try to switch my angle, but an 8. Oh, 9. Sorry. See if this works better. This was a little ridiculous. A little bit better. This is just a really clean reverse hollow, done by my favorite artist, Pseudo Art. 8. This is just gonna teach me and show me how, if cards are really worth it. I mean, the other cards in my collection are worth it no matter what. I have some, reverse hollow crystal, Celebes and things like that. But this is just a variety to kind of test the waters. 8. This might be a longer video. I'm sure my camera might die. But just really, pretty cool cars. I'm really big on swirls, and gosh, I just can't find a good spot to show. 9. So I am a huge Charizard collector. I'll buy all types, more of the interesting Japanese varieties, and my goal is to basically keep every Charizard in every 10 and trade for, different Charizards with my 9s and 8s and things like that. But, it is pretty cool to just see, to have like, number and all things like that. It is pretty interesting. I do dig it. Big on swirls. I think there's a really good swirl there somewhere. But again, this is my first video. I'll try to get better. And I cleaned all these cards, microfiber cloth, a really special one that you can, you only get in like eyeglass cases, because if you seem to get the bulk ones, they tend to leave like lint on the card. So, I go all out with the gloves and everything. So I really try to get, no fingerprints on them, and just to try to, because they're going to be in these forever. But I thought they were more lenient on older cards. I don't think that's the case. Oh, a 10. That's cool. My first 10. Now I gotta keep it, because it's like, my first 10 ever. That was loud. Oh, sorry. Let's see what this guy is. So a lot of these are not perfect, but they're hollow bleeds, and it's super hard to see. But I'm really big into kind of the misprints and the super like unique cards per se. So I know that these guys aren't going to be perfect, and I have quite a bit of them. Like I said, I made sure the value of these cards wasn't over $150, because I didn't want to get charged extra. I really wanted to take advantage of the sale. It's the most I've ever talked. Man. I wanted to send some non-hollow cards, because now I know, I gotta pay attention to more of the quality of the hollow, and really look at some of these. I thought some of these were, bang on 10s, and I'm pretty surprised. Kind of like that Starmie from Neo Revolution. Or I don't know if it's Revolution, but the Neo sets. So that's pretty cool right there. A super clean reverse hollow. And I really only try to do like rare cards or things like that. Promos, all that type of stuff. And that was a star rare. So this is the sticker, the sticker from Pokemon Go. So if you peel this, it's a Ditto. So they're pretty hard to grade, because it's literally a sticker over top of it. But some of these I'll just keep in my collection because they're unique. Like, when is Pokemon ever going to do that again? I think this has a really good swirl somewhere too. 8. I just thought it was clean. I'm not a pro. Beautiful card. I love the reverse hollows, and I just love that artwork. 8. You know, there's definitely some whitening. I mean, see in the very top corner. I knew these cards weren't perfect, but then again, I thought they were a little bit more lenient. It's kind of funny that and I guess I ate my words on only rares and stuff, but if you look at it like value wise, I'm not gonna do a reverse hollow from a recent set, but a reverse hollow that I thought is clean enough from this is Skyridge. Those are pretty highly sought after cards. So, and especially if the artwork like really hits me. I really love the old artwork cards. So this is interesting. I'm super surprised that they graded this. I know that they sometimes send a lot of cards back, and I picked this up for really cheap, and I thought it was interesting enough to send in, and I still like cleaned it and everything. So it looks nice because they always look nice. This is like the hardest card to buy and everything, but I'll show you the back before we do that. But super worn. Let's see, I hope it gets a 1. There we go. That is a really cool card. This is probably my favorite I've sent in now. I'm actually gonna bring it back to the shop I bought it from and say, like, look at what I did. He's gonna ask me why. Thought it would be funny. Pretty cool though. Because sometimes they'll send them back and say you did this on purpose and things like that, but you can tell this thing has been very loved. I mean, super banged up, but all there. And again, my favorite artist, Mitsudo Arda. He's done a million cards, so it's hard to not like him. All right, let's see if some numbers pick up. So I'm having a hard time figuring out how to do this. I'll get better at it. I have 120 more cards, so 8. Maybe I'm probably gonna go through those cards again, but like I said, I'm doing this for protection. I really think this is like the best way to do it. This is another one of those it's the hollow bleed. But I mean, I obviously get the idea of it. I'm not sending cards in that are 6s per se. I'm gonna jinx it now, but I think that 7 might have been the lowest one. This is actually a card for my personal collection when I was a kid. I thought I took pretty good care of my cards, and and there's a nice swirl right there in the middle. I thought I was pretty responsible as a kid, a little collector boy in me. So you can tell that it was in a binder for 20 odd years, but I'm okay with that. The personal collection will stay with me. I have a few cards in here, especially one of them that I have a background story for, and I can't wait to tell you. This is just a nice clean card. I think it's done by my favorite artist again. I think there's a good swirl on it too. But man, I really wish I was gonna get a 10 on some of these. So this is one I don't mind parting ways with because it wasn't in my collection. I bought it because I thought it was just beautiful. And if it's not a 10, I don't mind trading it for a potential 10 or a Charizard that I do not have. This is one from my personal collection. I know that there's a black dot somewhere up here, and the yellow I couldn't get rid of, and it has what's it called? A really good swirl on it too somewhere. But this is a 7, so it's somewhere around there. You can see the dot. I really tried to clean it and I couldn't. But this is another one I'll keep in my collection. Not doing too hot, but how the cookie crumbles. I do like these cards though. This is actually one I pulled. I'm not sure why it's not a 10. But Still really beautiful card. Interesting artwork these days. I like the old artwork. How every card is like unique because the hollow pattern. So this one has one of those really cool like galaxy swirls. Oh, there it is. Yeah, you can kind of see it. So it's only a half one, but you know, it's unique enough. Like, it may be an 8, but it's probably the coolest 8 because it has that galaxy swirl, you know? That's the only reason I graded it. So this is a non-hollow. Oh. I need to re-examine why I did. I think it was because I did it as a Charizard, but I really have to look at this. I look at all these cards with a not really, you know, my glasses and a light, you know, really well. So I really have no idea why this got a 4. But it's also a Charizard, so you know, I mean, I thought it was pretty clean. Let me. Not a 4. I wonder if they saw the crease or something, but I have an entire pile of creases. So, super interesting. That's a weird. I'm putting that one off to the side because I think I can do a better job with that one. I really like this card. This is one, you know, I'll just keep regardless because it's, you know, a super rare card. So you can definitely see the wear on this one. But the back looks worse than that 4 I had, so I wonder if there was something really bad with that 4. So this is just a common Skyridge, but like, you know, I said again, these cards are super rare. So, don't mind. And, you know, I'm only paying $12 to get these graded. This is a really cool one. It has a nice swirl somewhere around, you know, in the middle. A 9. I thought this would be a 10, which scares me because I bought. Well, no. Okay. I can see a little light. I bought a first edition Nidoking, Giovanni's Nidoking with like the perfect swirl, right? And like this, it has a super small area for there to be a swirl, and it's just like dead center in the middle. It was a first edition, and I haven't graded that because it's above the 150 limit. So this is one with the bleed. I just like how rare the bleeds look because they're unique. So I didn't do very well on this. I have 6 more to go. Only 110. Alright. I don't know. This is not the bleed. Okay. I have one of these that is a bleed, and it looks so good. This one looks crooked in the case. Oh, it's like moving. Moves. That's not good. Oh yeah, we're gonna get into some more recent Charizards. These are the ones I sent to test the waters, so I can actually see what a good graded, normal, you know, modern card should look like. and 9, which I absolutely a 9. Yeah, the centering on the back is awful. So I sent this in knowing it wasn't going to get a 10, but knowing that it's literally perfect other than the back centering is potentially why I got a 9. So beautiful card nonetheless. All right. Let me try this hand. Is this like easier for people to see? Of course it is. I'm so sorry. There's 3 cards left and I figured it out. This is the English version. A 9. I didn't pull these. I won these in eBay auction. Most of these cards. Except the ones I told you about. And I actually don't think I can tell you that story about that one card because I didn't send it in because I figured the value is higher. Because it's an English card and the last 2 I have are Japanese. Don't know how they didn't get a 10. To me, this was flawless. I need to really look at these Japanese cards more. That mark you see is on the case. It's the reflection. So. Last card. I'll have to see how I did with value. I feel like with anything. Oh, there's the 9. You see it. Sorry. But very interesting. 34 cards sent in. 110. I was very happy about the 1 Maltras because it's kind of funny. And then 7, 8s, and 9s predominantly. And then the 1 mistake that I'm going to look at, a little bit of a microscope and kind of figure out with this card why I got a 4. I mean, to go from a 7 to a 4 is kind of dramatic. But, alright, I think that's it, guys. If you like this video, I have a huge collection just waiting for you in the other room. And fish tanks and all that type of stuff. I would love to show you guys. Thank you for visiting Fishy Face TCG, and see you guys later.